Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where last time we defied the king's orders and returned to Midaseld. Fortunately, he was in a good enough mood, and we even noticed some old friends returned here, including Gandalf here, plus Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn. Let's see what they have to say.
We meet again, my friend. I am glad of it.
There is a shortage of friendly faces in this land. One man of honor I met, and he was imprisoned for his kindness to me. What was that all about? Gandalf gives you the joyful tidings and leaves all the ill news to me, I see. It has been 1 week since our fellowship was sundered on Parith Glen, along the banks of the Anduin. Boromir of Gondor fell there. He gave his life protecting the halflings Meriadoc and Peregrine, but they were borne away by the great orcs of Saruman. Others went another way. I had to make a choice, and I chose it. We could not abandon Merry and Pippin. I don't know if I chose right. The orcs were destroyed before our pursuit ended, and Gandalf tells me that the hobbits found safety. Should I have done otherwise? I can't say. But now we must do what we can for Rohan, and put behind us what regrets we may have. Okay. And what does Gimli have to say about all this?
I have cloven a number of orc skulls since we last met, but it is not enough.
It's been several weeks since last we met, Pinesea. What have you done with your time? I have cloven a number of orc skulls since then, but it's not enough to satisfy the hatred for these beasts. Some of their ilk led us on a merry chase across such Rohan, and my chest fills with pride to tell you that I outpaced even Legolas on that race. Really? Apparently he didn't see the Peter Jackson version of this. I may have been winded, true, but Gimli, glowing sun, did not abandon the pursuit without need. When we caught up with the Uruk band at last, they had already been slain by men of Rohan. It has been 2 days since our pursuit ended, and I have nearly caught my breath again. I have never run so far or so fast in all my days, and I would be content to stay in one place for the rest of them, if that place were a mountain with good stone and deep roots. Not in the mood for another ultramarathon, then.
It is good to see you again, though we are met on the very precipice of danger.
How have you fared since the last time we spoke? What is it that your people say? You have gone from the frying pan into the flames, and the frying pan was hot enough? You have had adventures to spare, Pinesea. It seems that we have all done so. I am glad that your own journey brought you to Fangorn, as did mine. I could spend years exploring beneath the canopy, never feeling the passage of time, were it not for the pull that which moves our feet. Once our friends are safe, perhaps, I will follow that pull where it leads. What? The pull of the sea, Pinesea. I speak of the sea. Of the sea. I see. Now, the king. I suppose I should see the king if he wishes to speak with me. Otherwise, I may find myself short of a head as it is, and I'm short enough already.
I feel as if a heavy shroud has been lifted from my sight.
My days were filled with dark dreams, and my nights were no different. What foul craft of Grima's is there to blame? No, not his doing alone. It was my weakness that allowed him to dominate my mind. Well, no longer. I am myself again, and free of his whisperings. It is well that Gandalf arrived here when he did, and that Hama allowed him to pass the threshold. That regression I will forgive. Grima may have intended further mischief. Indeed, I'm certain of it. Leave Mediceld and speak with Hama. Tell him that I want Grima's chamber searched, and my sister's son Aylmer released from imprisonment. These actions were poorly done, and must be righted. All right, I will gladly have Aylmer freed, and maybe, just maybe, we could see what Grima was keeping. Hello there, sir.
These are better tidings than I believed possible.
You returned from within your own power, which tells me that your wager was correct, and you will draw breath until tomorrow, at least. Yes, and he's also requested that you release Aylmer and search Grima's quarters. Ah, these are better tidings than I believed possible. You're a friend both new and true to bring me such words. Theoden, my king, you have been brought from the darkness by the wisdom of Gandalf. He's the Storm Crow no longer. White Wizard, friend of Rohan and its people, I rejoice to hear it. Theoden King restored at last. All right. Fourth Eralingus, then?
I will guide you to Grima's chambers, as the king instructs.
You must remain alert, Pine Sea, for Grima may have left the seeds of some mischief in his chambers. He may still manage to work some evil, and that would be a cruel cut indeed, to know of his treachery and still succumb to it. Grima's chambers are northeast of the steps that lead to Meduseld. Come, I will show you the way. All right. I will show you the way. That means that he just puts a arrow on my quest tracker. And here we have his chamber. You have found the entrance to Wormtongue's chambers. Do further treacheries await within? Let's find out. Lots of things to search. Any advice?
It would seem that we are not the first to search Grima's chambers this day.
Oh, who else searched these chambers? See, some books. Scattered books. Someone's trying to do something. A marked page on one of these books reads, "No mere wit he." No mere wit who? Okay, what do we got here? A large table. Let's see what's in here. A crude map lies on the table, but you cannot discern what it represents. Something nasty, maybe? How about this chest here? Anything useful in here? The chest is tightly locked, and you possess no key for it. Oh. What about this cabinet? This cabinet stands empty. Did someone get here before you? Well, suggested the possibility. Anything in the drawers? These drawers contain linens and fine clothes, rumpled now and in disarray, as if someone were rummaging through it. Some books. Anything in here useful? These books detail the geography and history of Rohan, but contain nothing of note right now. This table? Surely a table would be... No, it looks like someone just ate there. Carved into the table is the crude representation of a crying eye. Of a crying eye? Let's get the chair back up. Hold on. There's a key here. Obviously, whoever searched here before didn't notice the key. Alright, let's see if this fits the chest. Inside the chest, there are items too varied to belong to Grima. That's a very valuable sword there. Hey, is this Grima's sword?
What did you find there?
That is Hirigrim, the sword of Theoden. It is possible that the king asked Grima to keep the sword safe in the chest, but such safekeeping is no longer necessary. I will return Hirigrim to its master, once I have brought Aylmer word of his release. For now, though, bring these other items to Grima in Meduseld and see what he has to say about them. These items are both too varied and too valuable to be his property, I'll warrant, and his explanation for possessing them should be most interesting. Okay, fine. I shall look into this right away. Hello there, Grima. I was wondering if you could explain these items.
Every one of those items was a gift.
What are these things? Why do you show them to me? Every one of those items was a gift. You are a thief. I demand that you return these things to my chambers, and when you return to my presence, you will bear an apology. I will have suffered at the hands of these ingrates, and now my own possessions are being paraded through all the court, and my name dragged through the slime. These are the thanks that I receive for my months of tireless service to the king. You are a liar and a thief. Your voice drips with poison, and your words are all false. I curse thee, and beg that some kind heart will defend me from your insults and your slander. Does that mean that you say that you didn't steal them then? Well, what do you say, sir?
Where did you get these items?
What? They were found within Grima's chest? I see. I will have one of my men restore these items to the proper owners. I am of a mind to send this worm back to his proper owner as well. Would it be of Miss Mercy, I wonder? On this day, and in sight of discontinued crimes, I am more interested in justice than in mercy. Let's see, what do we got here? Jacket of lies and a jacket of deception. Okay, well, let's see, we got, yeah. Alright. We will take this one.
Wait. There is one item you should return yourself, as its owner is here in the hall.
I am not so poor of a judge to think that my sister-daughter Eowyn intended Grima to have this token of her favor. Return this to her, and she will tell you to whom it was intended. Well, I guess that's one way to find out what the truth of the matter is. Well, hello, ma'am.
I remember this token. I gave it to my brother to bring him good fortune in battle.
And Aylmer Warrington is out on his ranging throughout the mark. It must have been taken from him when he was confined to his chamber by my uncle's command. No, the command was my Lord Theoden's, but the words were Grima's, and my brother's confinement was carried out by those men that Grima selected. One of them must have taken the token from Aylmer and given it to Grima. Had I known this, I would not have allowed it. Bring this token of mine to my brother, and tell him that our uncle is restored. He is being confined in his chambers in Aedoras, north of Meduseld. Oh, they haven't released him yet, or maybe he's been informed of him, and I'm just delivering them. Let's see what Aylmer has to say about all this. Hello there, sir. I hope that you are feeling better now.
Thank you for bringing me these tidings, friend.
Ah, Pinesea, I'm glad to see that you're well. Hama has brought me the news that I am free to leave, but that is not what lightens my heart. The most joyous tidings are that my uncle Theoden has awakened to the fact of his peril, and his treacherous counselor has been dragged to the light. Aylmer accepts the embroidered cloth from me and crushes it in his fist. This was taken from me by Forthair, one of Grima's men. I am pleased to have it back, but I would sooner teach Forthair a lesson about respecting the belongings of others. I was treated well enough by the guards outside my chambers, but my inability to do anything for my family or for Rohan was the cruelest fact of my imprisonment. I spent many hours studying the maps of Rohan in the room upstairs, trying to develop a strategy for the defense of the kingdom that could not be undone by Saruman. Go, study the map yourself and see if there is such a strategy that I might have missed, for I came up to little use. Okay, well, since I don't know Rohan all that well, and I'm definitely not a strategy master, I suspect that I'm not going to find much in there. I assume the map is inside here. Oh, yeah, here we are. The map that spreads out depicts the lands of Rohan. We have the Kingstead, the Eastfold, the Broadacres, the Stone Deans, and the Westfold. So each of the 5 regions in here. So I guess if you needed a quick study about what each of the regions were, this was useful at that point. You study the map of Rohan for a time, but few strategies present themselves to you that should stand against the armies of Saruman. That's the problem, is Saruman has a rather large army, so what can we do? Harry him? Maybe. Well, I have a feeling that a cavalry force will be expert in that particular strategy.
Return to my sister and give her my thanks and my love.
Did you find some strategy that could serve us against the armies of Saruman? Sadly, I didn't, and I had more time to think on the problem that you had. There's no shame in it. Our strength lies in the open fields, but against such numbers as you say the Saruman has assembled, I don't think that our strength will suffice. The mark is not as defensible as we need it to be. Return to my sister and give her my thanks and my love. I will see her when I return to the hall with Hama. Perhaps we will look at the map once more and see if there's something that we may have missed. Right. Well then, let's go and speak to Eowyn. Eomer thanks you and sends you his love.
My brother is free of his cage? I delight to hear it.
Soon I too will be free of the cage that binds me. What? Oh, my cage is not made of metal or of wood, Pine Sea, but is a cage all the same. In time of peace, it confines me to the Golden Hall and its outbuildings, but when war threatens, it cannot hope to withstand the force of our great need. I am a shield maiden of Rohan, and I shall take up sword and spear and defend the land and its people. My uncle must surely ride now for Isengard to challenge Saruman, and I will not hesitate to take up arms and ride with him. Yep, you won't hesitate to do so, but I suspect your uncle may hesitate to let you do it, but that's another matter. Well, now let's see what we've got here. Ah, Gandalf.
All the people of Rohan will need to stand if the kingdom is to survive.
But their king must stand first. All right, so another trace. We're sort of like slowly giving us our 86 or I guess tier 4 traceries along all this.
The time has come for Theoden to step beyond the confines of his hole.
It's time for him to stand beyond the confines of his hall and look out over his city. Speak with the king and see if he is willing to do this. All right, shall we? Shall we go outside and see what's out there?
I am ready to look out upon my city with unclouded eyes.
To look out into my city free from the shroud of Grima's whisperings. Will you walk with me as well? All right, let's go.
Theoden King has stepped beyond his hall to look upon the kingdom. What will he see, I wonder? And will it move him to strike down the evils arrayed against his people?
Well, I suppose I need to talk to a few other people first. Theoden King has gone ahead with Gandalf. Do you think that he's forgiven us? I know in my heart that we returned for the good of the kingdom, but it is a serious crime to disobey the word of a king. My heart's all aflutter. Well,
We returned in time, but should we have returned at all?
well, if we didn't return at all, then we wouldn't have been able to return in time. Gleowinna still believes that we will be punished, but my mind is not troubled. We returned to Theoden at the right moment for forgiveness. Was Gandalf not sent away for equal force? And yet now he is at the ear of the king and speaks wisdom to him. We return without the insight of the wizard, but we bring something valuable all the same, warning of Saruman's reach and power. That warning, too, has value to the king, and when he chooses his course, he will weight what we have to say alongside the words of his advisors. Okay.
We returned with time enough to protect the king. That is what matters now.
Now we will hear the commands of Theoden, and learn if we have truly come to him in time. Rohan stands at a crossroads, and it is up to her king to choose the correct course. We will help him choose aright, to the sorrow of Saruman. It is not magic that Gandalf uses to cure Theoden of the hurts of Saruman and his agent Grima had wrought. No, our wise friend seeks to cure Theoden with words of friendship and hope. Already it is working. Okay.
I place my trust in Gandalf. He has never failed that trust.
All right. Well, what do you see? The air is fresh and clean, Pine Sea, and the tall grasses sway in the breeze. Have some nice waves. No, we're too far from the sea, I guess. From here, we can look out over the fields of Rohan. See how the sunlight dances upon the distant river. It has been some days since Theoden beheld his own lands, I warrant. Grima gave him reports of them, but always in such a way to advance his own ends, and those of Saruman's his master.
You speak of a secret hope, Gandalf, but my heart is heavy. Alas for Boromir of Gondor. Alas for my own son, Theodred. The young and strong perish, while the old linger on. It is a cruel turn.
Your strength is not gone, my friend. It lacks only your sword to return in full force.
Ah, where is Herogrim? Grima took it to keep it safe. Where might he have stowed it?
Take this blade, my lord. It was always yours to command.
Arise, riders of Theoden.
Arise!
We must stamp out the threat of Saruman. Hama, bring Grima before me. This time he redeemed his treachery.
Aye, my lord.
But you, my guests, deserve the hospitality of my house. I have been a poor host.
No, Theoden King. The men of Rohan must ride today, and we will ride with them.
Yes! You will be welcome, Aragorn, as will your friends.
Be not overconfident, Theoden King. Isengard is strong, and other perils there are also. After we have gone, you must not delay. Lead the rest of your people to the hold of Dunharrow.
My people will go to Dunharrow, but I will not bring them there. I will ride to war, to fall in the front of the battle, if that is the need.
The Lord of the Mark will ride.
Who then will lead your people to safety?
I will think on that before I go. Here comes my counselor.
My lord, you should come in from the hot sun. Your meat is nearly ready. Can others not deal with these troublesome guests? Let Grima send them away.
No, Grima. I will ride to war as I should have done long ago. And you will ride with me.
Okay, well, what do you say, Grima? How'd you like to ride to war? Grima's eyes dart back and forth from face to face, sizing up the assemblage. Oh, my lord! Can you not see what this wizard and his ragged band seek to achieve? They do not care for your health or for your safety, and seek to lead you into danger. Your death would grieve them little, but there are those close to you who would mourn even the smallest hurt of your person. Listen to Grima, and come back inside. Abandon this madness these cruel ones have instilled into your mind. Let me send them away. Speak not of war. That is a young man's endeavor, and you have ruled the mark for many seasons. Will you not listen to your faithful Grima? Send me not away.
But I do not send you away, Grima. I ask you to ride at my side and thereby prove your faith. Will you do this?
Let's see. Can I run that way? Can I run that way?
A lord of the house of Eowl may have the stomach for war, but I am only a humble servant. Let me stay behind, a faithful steward to keep your hall until your return.
What do you say about that, Amber? Do you hear how desperately he wishes to be relieved of his charge? If that plea does not excuse Grima from war, I can think of no other that will. I would not trust him to carry a sack of grain into the mountains, for fear that he would steal either the sack or the contents, whichever he thought would be more useful to him. My uncle is no fool. He will not honor this request. Well, what do you say, Grima? Do not disturb my lord more than you have already. He's weary and needs his rest. Only when you and your irksome friends have his lands will he be once again at peace. Oh. Leave his lands. Ah, yes. Enough! Grima succeeds again, if not at his truest goal, then still at one to value his master. For Saruman is his master, and every hour that we delay plays into his hands. We can spare no more time on him.
He is not a man, but a snake. You cannot bring it safely along, nor can you leave it behind. Give him a horse, and judge him by the choice he makes, whether to ally with you or with Saruman, his master.
All right.
No, do not harm him. My mercy is now ended. If I see him again, it will not go well with Grima. I go forth to battle. It is like to be my last riding. And Theodred, my heir, is slain. Who shall I leave behind to rule in my stead?
Well,
Is there no man? In whom do my people trust?
We trust in the house of Earl.
But Eomer is the last of that house, and I need his sword arm. He cannot be spared.
I did not name Eomer, nor is he the last. There is his sister Eowyn also, fearless and true of heart. All love her. Let her lead the Erlingus while we are gone.
You speak wisdom, Hammer. So it shall be. Eowyn will rule the people in my stead and lead them to Dunharrow and safety.
She just
I
want to go to
ask that
safety.
you and your friends help her with this burden.
Well, what do you say? I have long known that there was strength still in this land and its king. Theoden's decision on this day are not a surprise to me, and they should not have been a surprise to you either. All right, let's get out of here. It seems like most people have their assignments.
There is strength in Theoden, and that strength will flow into his people.
If Rohan's king is strong, so will the kingdom. Gladly will I ride to Isengard with Theoden and his men, there to demand Saruman cast down his staff. Friends of mine were endangered by the commands of that wizard, and I have a debt to repay on that score. Really? What does everybody else have to say about that? Well, we have to find that out in the next episode of River and Sea.